This song is, I want to say, 4 years old. And hilariously enough, it wasn't even something that I thought would reach the light of day, primarily off of the fact that we basically like thought we lost the record. The session, everything, we thought it was gone. And as I said earlier, this was around the same time that the Funk Will Prevail started happening. So like I started having these ideas for records, and I had all these ideas kind of like hitting me left and right. And so this project, this next song that's about to come out literally at midnight is literally the last extension of the Funk Will Prevail. So like whatever music is about to come out over the next 3 months is the last bit from that like wild run. And I never like played any of this stuff for anybody. That stayed kaput for a long time. And I actually sent it to Anomalie a while ago. And so Anomalie, I sent you the concept for this record. And yeah,
that was 2020, right?
Yeah, that was 2020.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So cool.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So and it's so funny about like the track, because I remember when we made the joint, I originally played just the rough cut demo that I sent you to Anomalie, and I played it for TOBi, and TOBi like spent like an hour and a half just like just writing these little melodies and different things. And what was the thing that happened, Anomalie, after the session? Because I remember you cut like a whole demo for it. What happened after it?
After the 2020, or like when you hit me back? I'm not sure.
It was in the midst of because after I hit you back, you sent me these stems, and then Anomalie
like the strings and like the different little
yeah. So there was this, and just to even give the Discord some consensus, this song that's gonna be dropping at midnight, Celebration. We basically all collaborated on this record, and it's weird because it's 4 years old. That's what I'm like thinking about right now. It's 4 years old. I remember making the beat originally. I think Anomalie, we followed each other on Instagram, and within a certain amount of time, I sent you the joint. You added some parts over it, but I remember I actually had it on my old laptop, and I thought I lost the stems for good because my other laptop went kaput, and so I felt like, should I hit him up again to like, and I never did. I just never did because I didn't want to like be like, hey, can I get the stems back again? And then that's when I sent you just the original TOBi, and you sung over the original.
Yeah.
And on top of that, didn't we lose the song?
Yeah. Oh, lost it.
So
lost, I was so upset.
I was like, yo, because I think it was we were in a studio session up in like Hollywood, North Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I remember that demo, and I sent it to my team. My team was like, yo, man, like, y'all gotta finish that. And I remember having to tell them after you told me like we lost the session. They were like, oh, like yeah, like. So how did you? When did that like? When were you like? I just forgot like about the song. Like how did it feel? Like what were your thoughts?
I mean, the thing is, I never really forgot about the song because I always loved this song. Like this, it's a classic song. It feels vintage, but it's also modern. But the only thing was, when you finally hit me up and were like, yo, I actually want to use the song, I was like, oh shit, let me find the session. And I hit the engineer, and bro was like, oh, we don't save sessions over here. I was like, what?
What do you mean you don't save the sessions?
My heart dropped, and I was disappointed I was like, fuck, now I gotta tell Kaelin this song is gone. And all we have is this, this demo.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, I gotta recut it. I gotta figure it out.
Man, and so I think something that kind of like, and I don't know why it happened to be AI that kind of like revived the song. But I think something came out where you could separate your vocal off the demo and like have just the vocal stem by itself. And that's when I thought, I was like, hey, yo, we can like revive this song.
Is that what you did?
Cause like I didn't have the session anymore. I lost the stems that Anomalie sent me. So I was just like, this song is cooked. This song is cooked. I don't have anything. And then like, what was it? There was an AI that came out called La La AI Stem. But all it did was separate the vocal of just the vocal. And when it separated the vocal, I was like, I can hear the nuances of your voice. We could redo this. We could redo this.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
It gave me like the energy to like, yo, we gotta do this again. And that's when I hit you back, Anomalie. I was like, can you send me the stems again? And you were like, yeah, sure. And yeah,
Anomalie, you killed that shit too, bro.
Man, right back at you.
Yo,
Yeah.
you killed that.
yeah,
That means so much coming from you guys. Thank you. And
Yes,
right back
man.
at y'all are legends.
man,
I gotta respect for real.
it hearing and here's the craziest part about all this, right? Like every once in a while I'll go through these periods where I'll hear like a really cool idea and like hear it all the way out. Hold on one second. Someone's knocking on my door real quick. Huh? Hey, if anything goes down, someone call 911. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. 1 second.
That's cool. We could chop it up for a little bit. How you guys doing? Anomalie, I saw. Did I see this right? You have a song with Chromeo coming out.
Do I have a song with Chromeo coming out?
I saw that in the chat somewhere. I just wanted to check that with
Really?
you.
Damn. I mean, I guess. To my knowledge,
I don't know who that
everything
was.
we did drop. Maybe.
That's how I know you're working. That's how I know you're working, Anomalie. You're like,
I don't even know. Did I do
someone's
that?
like,
And before I even go farther into the song, I just wanted to say, for one, Anomalie, aren't you on tour right now?
I'm just back from tour actually. Now I'm in hermit mode, so I'm back home.
How was that?
It was fun, dude. It was the first time that we got to, because I'm from Montreal, so I'm French Canadian, and I've been meaning to do like a proper Canada only tour for a while. So we got to travel across the whole country from east to west, then back home. Lots of intimate shows with the smaller towns, but it was super fun, beautiful landscapes. Feeling very grateful.
Dang, that's
congrats,
killer.
man.
Thank you.
I'm Canadian too, by the way.
I was gonna
Where are
say,
you from?
Yeah, I'm from Toronto.
Where are you based?
I love Montreal. I'm based in LA right now, but I was raised in Brampton, right outside of Toronto.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. So let's get one in for Canada, fam.
Nada's making the Canadian connection here on the stream. That's incredible.
Shout out to Kaelin Ellis.
For whatever reason, I don't know why I thought like y'all already like connected before, but as
Huge fan of TOBi, but it's
Canada's
just
in the
first time.
building. Celebrate.
listen, it's to talk about celebration. Didn't you just win like 2 Junos?
I did.
Dang,
Yeah,
bro.
Thank you guys.
That's incredible. Hell yeah.
That's
you, guys.
insane.
Yeah, this song was perfect timing.
Like, okay, enlighten me. What were the categories? Because like when I saw, I was like, brother manifested this song. This is incredible.
Yeah, man, it was a rap single of the year and rap album of the year. My last album, Panic, was one for rap album of the year, and the intro song, Someone I Knew, one for rap single of the year. So,
I love that song.
God,
Hey,
Lise,
thank you.
That's
Thank you.
amazing.
It's
insane.
serendipitous.
Yeah, and like, I guess a question I would ask you would be: do you find in at any point that you have these like self-fulfilling moments where it's like, I said this like a while ago and didn't realize like this is happening now because I said it. Do you ever have those moments?
For me personally, yeah, I do, cause like I like to like set goals for myself of what I want to do musically, but but I'm not super attached to the timeline. You know, I'm not like, oh, it needs to be done in 2 months or it needs to be done in a month. You know, it's just like a motivator for me. It's like an engine. And I'm just always grateful for whenever that moment arises. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just work, man. I focus on the work and all the results, whatever results, accolades. I focus on the art, results, the plaques, all that stuff. That's, you know, I just want to make the best art possible.
Felt. How about you, Anomalie?
Well, I guess like since the start, one of the most important aspects for me has been like being surrounded by people that inspire me and that I respect, and in an ideal world end up being friends as well. And I know that like every year that we've been touring in particular, like that has just become stronger and stronger. And it's something that I'm especially grateful for, because I feel like when that core is strong, the people that you spend time with and by extension work with, when that like core is so solid, everything else just becomes a blessing every day. And it's something that I've always tried to put emphasis on, but when it just becomes smooth sailing every day and like every experience becomes like a core memory, that's where I feel like you got it. And for me, it's been the case for several years now. And it's definitely like one of the things that I'm the most grateful for, and that is a top priority for me.
No, I definitely resonate with what both of you guys just said a lot, as far as like, you know, having the art itself be the main focus and the driver. I super relate to that, especially somebody who's like way greener in their career than you guys. You guys are like established in the art scene. You know, I have a day job and everything that I'm focusing on or whatever. But you know, it's, and also as Anomalie was saying, the community aspect of it, and like the interpersonal relationships and that, you know, that kind of being a driving factor for the art itself, I found to be huge. You know, like I have my group of friends that I've been making music with and making art for and throwing concerts with and whatever, and I find that to be like the most satisfying thing, is when everybody's coming together with like a singular goal. Everyone's like having fun, they're happy with the output, and you know, even if it's not like it doesn't end up being a incredible thing at the end, just like that the experience and that like building upon itself, I find it to be really big.
Yeah, and to even piggyback off of that, you were telling me, I think you told me this a few years ago about you have a festival that you have that's in your crib, and it's actually like your backyard. Yeah. And so after learning about the festival that you run in your backyard, and actually, hilariously enough, Ayo Will, one of the guys that you ended up having in the festival, he's in the chat right now.
He's in the chat. Like, shout out Will, man. He's the GOAT. Yo, he absolutely killed it last year. It was incredible. We got some little spoil. I don't know. It's up to you, Kaelin. If we want to do a little spoiler for this year, do a little promo, it's totally up to you. But I mean, we can keep it in the tuck.
I'll keep it tucked, but it's coming around the corner, and I'm definitely gonna talk to Will about this, because I wanna be like, hey, you know. But I totally feel y'all with like when it comes to community, and I think that's one of the most powerful things about, for one, music, because I've realized, like, of course there's the ability and whatnot, but I think when the pandemic had hit, I started learning about, like, you know what, it's not the ability, it's not the techniques, it's the person, it's the story and the person that you're learning and expressing, because through this is how you tell the story, it's how you connect with people. And I think with both of you guys just coming from as like a genuine fan of everybody in this chat, like y'all have in ways express the stories of what I'm going through within life in such unique ways. Like Anomalie, it goes back to 2016 when I first discovered who you were, and it was like, I was like, dang it, he's playing, but it's also like this. And so I'm like, that's how I feel right now. Like, that's how I feel about life. Like going to college and like discovering some of my favorite musicians. You were literally like one of them that like all my college buddies just talked about. So to even have you a part of the stream is just insane. And then TOBi, same with you, 2016. I was like the early years. And so to see like all of it kind of manifest as well, Queso, your creative like vision of how you create. I grew up watching a lot of cartoons. And so like the style that you make, that's something that's very close and personal to me. It's something that I think will be a part of my creative dialogue for years from now. And you kind of like built that language of what I've always envisioned in my brain, but you did it. You do it often. And so to everybody, I thank you. Thank you. You know,
bro, and likewise, man. Likewise, Kaelin, like for real. Like, if there's one thing I really admire about you, bro, it's your consistency, your work ethic, and your dedication to your craft, and you bring worlds together. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, especially even with this, like with the project, like seeing some of the names on there, like I'm like, yo, these are some of my favorite artists. Dope,
Absolutely.
Man. Dope.
Yeah.
Bless.
No, actually, I've like kind of like what you were saying, Kaelin, earlier about like saying something, kind of manifesting it. When I was first starting to put out those little animations and stuff, and I did the one of you, and then you hit me back. That was kind of like that moment for me, as far as just kind of putting stuff out there, not expecting anything of it, but to myself saying like, I'm gonna make something of this. Like I feel like I got something here, and then you like reciprocating that energy, like was totally the main driver for me, like going along this path so heavy.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's real, and I think it's a whole transferring of like respect here, and I appreciate y'all.
Okay.
With that being said, y'all, any last words? Anything y'all want to say?
Hey, y'all stream celebration when it drops, man. I appreciate you, Kaelin, for having me. And Queso, Anomalie, is so nice to meet y'all, for real. And I'll hit y'all on Instagram. I'll find y'all, so we can stay connected.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy to be a part of this track. Everyone involved killed it. Kaelin, you're the GOAT. I love everything that you do, and I have so much respect for, as TOBi said, like your work ethic, your consistency, everything that you do, whether it's like on the visual, the audio side, how you put yourself out there. Like it's always been super inspiring to follow you and to play a small part in a project like this. It means so much, and I'm very thankful.
Appreciate you, man.
100% exactly what they said, man. Yeah, I mean, like you're a huge inspiration in a ton of ways, and I'm real blessed to be involved in projects like this, man. And just thank you, much appreciated.
Hold on there, player. I got something important to tell you. If any of you guys who are watching want to watch all this back, I currently have a thing going on called Full Studio. Access $8 per month for the entire catalog of all these Twitch streams. It goes back to 2021, all the way up until right now. As well, the Access Plus option that gives you access to the catalog, the consultations, and a 30% discount code to anything I drop in the future for my sound packs right here. So if you're watching this, cop the full access, please. I'm gonna walk away now. For more information, cop something from my store, wait for the email, and join the Discord for more. Now back to the video. Man, I was just very happy that this record came about, and I'm gonna show you guys like what the project looks like. I'm gonna show you all the stems. So I'm gonna go ahead and play y'all this joint. So this is I got all the vocals. I pretty much mixed and mastered the entire thing. So what we got here is the drums. I have the triangle, of course, the bass line. Let's just go and play it from top to bottom. Oh baby girl, oh baby. And I promise you, this whole project like almost jacked up my computer. Let me mute the vocals. I'll just play this section over and over. So these keys are a combination. This is a combination of addictive keys, the monoline, electric grand. If you guys use addictive keys, these are exactly the presets for it. Monoline. Show you edit, screenshot that. The filter on it. And so if you take away the drums, this was literally what the whole beat was based around. But here's the craziest part. I reversed, okay? So peep this. I did something crazy, right? So I was like, what if I reverse the MIDI? I reverse the MIDI. Print it, and then play it backwards. Now, when you layer it together with a low octave below that, it sounds like this. And I wanted to be able to get all those nuances. So if you play everything back to back, even the drums are backwards. And then when the drums are the craziest part, right? So I went back and recut the drums. So if we take out the drums, right? Just playing the drums by itself. I wanted to layer all the kicks individually. Now here's the craziest part. I layered it with the actual drum recording. So this is the drum recording. And it's just a consistent loop. I like looped over and over again. So. And then even the drums come back reverse. Now here's the most incredible part. I had a guitar and this is where I was thinking like, what's crazy is the whole thing. I wanted to try and make it just sound like the whole thing. If everything is going in reverse, and I'll even tell you where this idea came from. D'Angelo, Voodoo, there was a record where like the guitar is going backwards. And so I wanted to sound like a solo was being playing backwards. And the craziest part is I sent all these elements to Anomalie, and they just kind of like, I was like, let me just split all these up. All of his elements just stand out so crazy. And so I was like, all right, I want to be able to layer his strings, because originally he sent me this. I wanted to be able to layer it with more. And as well, you can see I got the old school acid effects before I decided to update to KFX. This was like the pre-KFX era. I was like, what if I could potentially take the string and drop it an octave below. So I took one above, and then I took one below that, added a little bit of reverb to make it sound like it was spacier, and it sounds like this. So when you layer it together, this is what it sounds like. And then for the next part after that, you got the piano. Now this is where like if I took the drums out, Anomalie's just brain is ridiculous. Makes you feel like a whole. Now, what's even crazier is if you can hear the little nuances. I just wanted to be able to layer all that together. And y'all know how I'd like to do. I like to throw weird things everywhere. And his changes are just so crazy. We just kind of jammed on that. Now the beautiful part is not Anomalie, but TOBi. We basically like I got like the whole session back, and I just made sure to get his vocal to make sure it cuts through. And so if you play the vocals by itself, everything just kind of like that walk down is crazy too. It's just a whole lot.
Rolling by, strolling, hoping for the centerfold. I got you right. I noticed this look on you.
And so if you guys are hearing that weird little thing on his voice, I threw the phaser and flanger on his joint.
Rolling by, strolling, hoping for the
I just wanted to get more textures out of his voice, but that's like some old, like mixed by Ali type stuff.
After all the nights we spent alone in the dark alleys that we tend to roam, tonight deserves a celebration. We made it out these situations.
And even on the bass is the most simplest part of the song. It is a combination of wavetable, just a basic wavetable with the filter rolling off the top of the song.
In the dark alleys that we tend to.
Got some slight saturation on it, some reverb. But the reverb ain't even like verb. I wanted to sound like there's more presence on the bass. And I wanted more low end presence, not just like sound. I wanted to sound like it's kind of like holding a area. And the best way to test it is in the car. So when this joint drops, definitely peep game of this song in a car. And so, yeah.
Nights we spent alone.
And the only thing I added on here was a little ride, but that was about it.
I said tonight is a celebration.
Now he did one really ridiculous change on here.
Make a toast.
He did a crazy change right here. Anomalie, this is why I love him so much. Right here. How do you think to do that? That's just ridiculous. Like he said, blah-doo-doo. That's not normal. That's not normal. That's not normal.
Tonight is of a celebration. Tonight is of a celebration. Tonight is of a celebration.
So I'm like, man, there's just so much of these little nuances that, get captured. And I wanted to be able to keep it. I wanted to make it feel like when you play it after a long experience. I wanted that to feel like that. And as well, the chords, like how I even came up with gung gung goo 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 gung 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 gung. That idea in its own infancy is what I like to say. It is and I'm gonna play the chords underneath it as I, talk about this. But this right here is I'm gonna mute this real quick. Mute the chord. Mute the keys. But what's so crazy about this whole record is that like the element that I would like to say, this whole record brought me back to when I heard like music in church for the first time. And I just remember how like raw it felt like you made it. It felt like you made it through. And I want like the next project, and this is really what my whole intention is. I want the whole project to sound like you made it. You made it through. You made it on, and you ain't gotta worry. This is a summer joint, and I want you guys to not only just grasp that this is a blank space. It's one of the areas where it's like, all right, you're here. You're right here. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, man.